Hey guys, it's Mark. I just wanted to come on to do a quick video to talk about actually something really fun I did today. And actually, I've done, I think, at least once before. And I think it's really cool, it's really fun. I will try and remember to link the Facebook and YouTube pages below here at the end of the video. If not, I'll definitely try to make a note to get them up later, because I think it's really cool and this is a really fun thing to get in on. So there's another YouTube user, another person in our community by the name of Ravenflower, and occasionally what she will do is she will go live on her Facebook page and do, I guess if you will, an auction kind of thing with some fun little witchy items and trinkets that she makes or that she comes across on her day-to-day life. And I participated, I think, once before, a couple months back, and then, of course, just today in one of these auctions. And I will show the items from today's auction when they arrive. I'm very excited for that because they are beautiful items, and yeah, I am just really excited. So anyway, the first item in the auction that I participated in the last time I have here, and I just got to thinking about it today. I do keep it close to me in my bedroom at night. It is a selenite, or I think it's selenite, maybe something else, but it's in the shape of a heart. It's kind of a, almost, if you will, kind of a pinkish, like orange. I don't know how well the camera's picking up or how well you can see it. But it's a very smooth stone all around, and it is beautiful. When I saw it, I was completely drawn to it, and I was just like, oh, I have to have it. I know, sound almost like a teenage girl. I have to have it. But in a way I feel like I did, because it resonated with me somehow, and something about it, I was just drawn to it. And I do charge this occasionally. I keep it, like I said, here in my room at night. It's part of a collection of stones I'm building for various magical and meditation purposes. I'm going to have to ask her if it doesn't somehow come in the mail, because I know some people do send postcards and little things notating what they are. This didn't come with it, which is why when I say I think it's selenite, that's a strong I think, but I will try and identify it because I do, of course, want to know more about it and about its properties and uses. And I bought a couple of stones today and a new pendulum to build on the pendulum collection that, again, I'm starting to build for divination and for scrying, something that I do a lot, a type of divination that I am trying to really master and get down. But yeah, what she does is she sells things like these in almost an auction like format, in that she'll put everything out on a table, on a little placemat kind of surface that's outlined in kind of a crisscrossed, like, square or cubed grid. And what happens is each of the items goes into a place on the board. Then it gets assigned a letter or a letter code. So, for example, ABC or BB or AA, just assigned a characteristic on the board. And then she'll list a price. So, for example, for this one, I think I paid about $12. And that was good because it was, of course, the purchase price that she was asking for plus the shipping all in one. So for $12 for something like this, I think was actually quite reasonable and quite fun. And that price is the price. So I don't know if it could exactly be like an auction because you don't bid or try to like outbid like the highest bidder or anything like that. It's just she sets a price and that price is the price. And it works kind of on a first come first serve basis with each thing. She'll hold the camera over the item and say, here is item BB, and describe what it is, any properties about it, what uses that she's used it for in the past or uses that it could be good for. And then what happens is on the live chat or on the live video she records, there's a typed comment chat where the watchers can type in comments in a live instant messenger chat kind of environment. And how it'll work is with each item, the first person that she sees in the comments or in that chat to say, oh, I call dibs, or oh, it's mine, that's how she'll do it. The first person she sees that when reviewing the chat that's said something about, oh, I want this item, or oh, I see that item, I want it, that's the person that it goes to. And what happens is she uses Square Finance, so it's kind of like PayPal. And you can use any form of payment you want through that it'll accept, so various forms of debit or credit cards, banking accounts, and so it's very remote, very secure. The payment goes to her really quick, and of course, in turn, she immediately ships your product in a 2 or 3 day shipping kind of thing, or at least 2 to 3 days is how long it took for me to receive my item, because I had paid the invoice on a Friday. I had this in my hands by that next Monday night. So her shipping is actually rather quick. But one thing I did want to make aware, and granted, this is in all fairness to her because I know it's like a security thing that she's trying to do, is that if you say, oh, I want it, my dibs, you got to be committed to buying it, because what'll happen if you don't commit or you don't pay in a timely manner, your item goes back up on the auction block on the next sale, and you essentially get blacklisted. Meaning you can, of course, watch, by all means, if you want, I assume, but you just won't be able to participate in the actual auction again moving forward. And I know it seems like a strict rule, but again, I get it. Because in a way, she's a businesswoman trying to run a business, and just like any other business, you don't get any products or services if you don't pay. So yeah, that's one thing that I wanted to put out there, just to kind of forewarn and advise, is that if you do decide to participate and buy the items, you have to be prepared to commit, because she'll send you the invoice within the next 1 to 2 days after the sale, and then 1 to 2 days after she sends the invoice is when payment in full is due on the items. But then again, if you're in a place where finances aren't a problem, you're not tight on cash, where you're having to literally penny pinch and watch every dime, you're fine. It's good, because the prices are fairly decent. For example, I bought 3 items today. One will be for $10, another for $12 or $13, I think it was about, and then another for $5. So that's 15, 20 something. So when I add it all up together, it should only come up to about maybe $20-30. I mean, for 2 very beautiful looking stones, and for a nice new jade pendulum, which again I will show when I get them because I'm excited for them. Oh my gosh. But for those 3 items, and for the expedited shipping, I assume will be tended to for them. It will actually be quite fun to see them and to receive those items, and for the price that I'll end up paying, I don't think it'll be that bad, because I mean, $30 for at least 3 items, and the expedited shipping that they'll come from or come with. I mean, in total, the last time I tried it, couldn't send a small flat rate box like this big for that price. I paid darn near 40. Um, and it was just one little flat rate box. Granted, probably because I was using UPS and expedited shipping and tracking and all that jazz. But for at least 20 to 30 something dollars, 3 items with what'll probably be 2 or 3 day shipping, again with a tracking number and insurance on the packaging, that'll come, or at least I think it will come that way. Either way, if not, it'll be totally cool. It'll be absolutely fun. And I made a comment in the video too, because a couple of things I'm really looking for some of my workings. We have a local cemetery close to the house where I live, but it's hard for me to get over there. So one thing I asked, just for ease of use or ease of time, as I asked, hey, do you ever carry graveyard dirt or graveyard water? Is that something I could buy from you? And she just said, hey, yeah, PM me, tell me, what your price range is, size wise, kind of what you're looking for, how much you want, and we can certainly make an arrangement, certainly work something out. So I thought it was really cool that, at the same time, if you have a particular item rather that you want, it's that whole mentality of ask and ye shall receive. I mean, it looks like, she's really willing to accommodate, and if you take, a request or a certain thing, she will definitely try and work with you to help you figure out what it is that you're looking for, and be very flexible. Because again, when I bought my selenite heart here, she sent the invoice and I was like, hey, a little short on the cash, but it's Wednesday now, my payday's on Friday, is there any way you could wait till then? And by all means, she was like, yeah, again, no problem. And lo and behold, by that Friday morning, as promised, payment in full, this beautiful heart was in my hands by that following Monday night. I mean, she makes it fun, she makes it easy, and actually along the way with today's session, there's another witchy sister, I guess, if you will, in the community that I had only met, I think, for the first time today and had any conversation with. Her name is Bex, and she's really cool. Because again, in a way, it was almost like a competition between us. We had a couple of stones that Ravenflower was selling that we were both like, oh, I want this one. I kind of like this one. And so she's like, oh, well, Bex, Mark, you guys kind of came in at the same time. I don't know really who was first. So talk amongst yourselves, see how you can sort it out. And Bex, being, a very kind lady, was like, if you, make your choice. She's like, in all fairness, in a way, I think you were kind of here first, so you get dibs at whichever of these 2 items we're both looking at, and I will very happily settle for the other. I mean, no matter what. So in a way, that was kind of a new friendship, I think, or at least acquaintanceship, that would come from that, because we got to talking amongst ourselves and connected, if only through social media, yeah, but still connected nonetheless, and had that conversation, and were able to kind of joke around and have a little fun. So it was fun, and it made for a great time, and in the end, everybody was able to walk away from the auction with something and have a fun new thing to work with in their practice, or just something fun to have fun with. For example, I know she had some stone, like pendants or lockets or trinkets that, necklaces, if you will, and tried to sell a few of those. I don't know if all of them sold or not, but I do know that there was interest for practically everything on the board. She makes homemade candles as well that look beautiful, and based on how she describes the scents that go into them, they sound like they'll smell good. I mean, citrusy, vanilla, cinnamon scents, my kind of smells. And and very beautifully crafted candles. So I'll definitely link, or try to remember to link, her YouTube and her Facebook channels into the description below, so that you can definitely check them out. Check out the live videos of the auctions too, because she records them live, of course, and has the live chats going and such. But the videos are saved on her YouTube channel, and they post, or not her YouTube, her Facebook channel, Facebook page, and they post within a matter of minutes. She saves the videos and has them go into a public post, so you can always rewatch later and see what was up for grabs and who walked away with what. And it's a fun time just going back to rewatch some of them sometimes, but also it would be a great way to see how these auctions work, if you ever were interested in participating. And it's a very fun time, and I always enjoy it. So that's, why I was here. Did this little chit chat video. Wanted to share my experiences, show off some fun little trinkets that I get to walk away with as a result, and to encourage everybody to just drop by, give her a line. I mean, Raven's very nice, very welcoming, very open, and is, I think, just a wonderful person to gravitate towards. And we are a community, so in a way to help others connect and just support each other, I think, is what we're here for, and what this online social media age in a way is all about. So it creates new connections, new friendships, and in the right kind of element makes for a fun time. As always, thanks for watching, and blessed be, guys. Bye.